So we have some very big and interesting news regarding Dragon Ball Super coming out of a convention in Italy from Toyotaro himself. In case you don't know who Toyotaro is, at this point I'm kind of like, yo, how you know about Toyotaro? But he's the guy that's handling, for the most part, the manga version of Dragon Ball Super. Obviously, Akira Toriyama, the original creator of Dragon Ball, has a lot of influence in it, and he gives the draft essentially, and then Toyotaro takes it from point A to point B, likewise with Toei Animation. But Toyotaro says something very interesting at this convention, and it's kind of got me like, oh shoot, maybe Dragon Ball Super won't last that much longer, or even after this big universal tournament, the Tournament of Power, it could potentially end. I know, shocking, right? Like, that kind of had me a little bit like, damn, I'm loving this, I'm loving Dragon Ball Super. But let's read the article and we'll talk some more. Dragon Ball Super series making way to DBZ finale. The Napoli Comic-Con is taking place this weekend in the city of Naples in Italy. There, Toyotaro, the illustrator of Dragon Ball Super manga and chosen successor to Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama, was on hand to share his insights into the future of the series. Toyotaro said that we are preparing the ground to direct Dragon Ball Super into the original Dragon Ball Z ending. Now, before we get any further than that, that is a very, very huge statement. We are preparing the ground to get into that, because if you do remember, in one of the previous episodes, Dende once again mentioned Oob, and even though it feels as though, for the most part, DBZ's ending, and of course GT in general, has been completely retconned, so many things is out of place for the finale of DBZ to kind of fit and make sense, it still feels as though they're heading that direction. And for Toyotaro to say that, I mean, granted, he did say something along the lines of a while back that he was going to be ahead of the anime with his manga, and that still remains to be seen. So there's that. You can't completely take his word as golden, but saying that we're laying the groundwork for them to propel into Z, that brings up so many different questions. So are they gonna really try and fit with everything that's happened from Beerus showing up to where we're at right now as canon, with the DBZ ending where things is just going to be completely a little bit out of whack, not making sense, not really fitting? That's one thing. But also, does that mean that the DBZ ending is truly the end of DBS? Dragon Ball Super is going to end with the Z ending? That's kind of like, ooh, because I feel as though Dragon Ball Super has potential to do some great story even after the end of Z. Like, we could do even before GT supposedly starts, even though, people, oh, that's not canon, whatever. We could even have those years in between then as good storytelling that Dragon Ball Super can do, or fun storytelling, shall I say, of cool shit that could happen. So it's kind of got me like, damn, there's a huge possibility from what he's saying is that maybe the Tournament of Power is going to be the finale of everything, and then right afterwards we're going to lead straight into DBZ. I'm kind of like, I was hoping, to be honest with you, to a certain degree, that the ending of Z was going to be retconned and completely changed due to the fact of all the events that's taking place in Dragon Ball Super, between Beerus showing up and the Super Saiyan God transformations. None of that is ever brought up, and I was like, yo, that's great. That means maybe we could get a better ending, because to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of how Z ended. I'm not. I think, if anything, and call it blasphemy, but the GT ending is better than the Z ending. The Z ending is like, hey, a reincarnation of one of the villains I fought not that long ago showed up. I'm gonna go train with him for a bunch of years. Peace out, fam. And I'm like, so I thought Dragon Ball Super could do something great to change that. Apparently, it's not gonna happen, and also, if they're laying the groundwork down, then that means that potentially Super could be ending within the next arc or so. Kind of sad news, bad news, but let's continue reading. We can certainly see the groundwork being laid as Pan and Bulla, aka Bra, who were both seen in the last few episodes of Dragon Ball Z, have been born in Dragon Ball Super. Also, for those that recall the DBZ finale, Goku goes to train with a boy named Oob. Just within the past few episodes of Dragon Ball Super, Dende informs Goku that Oob, who at this point is still unnamed, lives in a village, and although he is very young, he is a brilliant martial artist. If he and Goku cross paths, he should definitely take him on as a student, as he is the reincarnation of Kid Buu that Goku had wished for. It is unclear if Dragon Ball Super will go past DBZ, but as mentioned before the series began, it will and has certainly been filling the 10-year gap between Kid Buu's defeat and the finale of Dragon Ball Z. Then of course we have a cool image of Dragon Ball Super manga with the creator, or the illustrator Toyotaro. So there's that. And honestly, it's like, I don't want Super to end at the Z portion. I honestly would like, if they're gonna end Super, then definitely it would be preferable to end it either before GT. Personally, I would love for it to retcon GT, just act like GT ain't happened, but it seems as though they're still trying to keep things as staples. They're still trying to keep the ending of Z as a staple part of the story that is not going nowhere. Likewise with, to a certain degree, GT, although none of the God transformations. This is what worries me too. If they're going to keep aspects like the end of Z as fact, canon, it's not going nowhere, it's not being retconned or whatnot, then it's making me question, like, is there a possibility, and this would be disgustingly sad, but is there a possibility that at the end of Super, all of the God transformations, all of the gods themselves, Beerus, Whis, and all of them could be essentially forgotten? Maybe there'll be some sort of wish to forget they ever existed. Maybe they'll all completely go away and make it that Super was essentially pointless. If you get rid of all of what happened in Super and make it that, yeah, you know, it happened, but we have no longer any access to the information or access to these powers, then that would be absolutely horrible. But in order for things to make sense at this point, to line up with the ending of Z, I feel as though that's what has to happen. And oh, the thought of that right now is like, don't tell me I wasted the past few years of my life, 2015 and 2017 on this series that is going to make no sense in the end because it's going to completely be retconned and have no existence in the story of Dragon Ball. That would make me heated, and that would be very, very pointless. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they could retcon it in a way, but still make it so that the ending of Z fits. Only time will tell. Kind of curious what you guys think about this. For starters, with him saying that they're laying the groundwork for Super to meet the Z ending. Do you think that that means we got one more arc, or the groundwork could mean that we still have years to come? Personally, I would love, again, for the ending of Super to be beyond Z, but it seems as though the way they're trying to put the timeline of this is that if we did get another series after Z, it would be a totally different thing because Super is supposed to take place in between the ending of Majin Buu and the end of Z, in between there. So kind of curious what you guys think about all this, and how do you feel that it seems as though there's a possibility Super can be ending pretty soon with these words from Toyotaro? Do you think they have much weight, considering he did say that his manga would be ahead of the anime, and that has yet to come to fruition? And your overall thoughts of all this? Either way, is like, I know the ending of Z is a big deal. I know that's the part of, the manga, that's the way the manga truly ended and whatnot, but I don't know. I was hoping that Super, Toyotaro and Toriyama and Toei could all come together and do something a little bit more interesting and more cool than what we got for the ending of Z. But I guess only time will tell to see exactly how it's all going to play out. Also, would you prefer for it to end before the ending of Z, or would you like to get Super continuing on past the events of Z and maybe go up to before the events of GT began? Personally, I would like that. I think that would be the best move. It's like, if you want to make Z canon, at least fix things up so that it makes sense and it's not just completely like, hey, Kid Buu was supposedly the strongest opponent we had, and yet we've had like 50 other opponents, including Goku Black and shit like that, that was tremendously stronger than Kid Buu. Is like, at this point in the story, Oob should be astronomically weak and not anything to say, oh yeah man, he's the future. But again, your overall thoughts of all this? I'm a little bit disappointed. Hopefully this doesn't mean exactly that the Tournament of Power is the final arc and we can get some more. I mean, there is also the possibility that it could reach the end of Z and then maybe do another Dragon Ball story, in a sense of not having it called Super, maybe have it called Super Z, where because it already goes past the events of Z, they have to add the Z in there or something like that, but it could still get more story. There's a possibility there. And also, you got to think about it. If we're going to surpass, let's just say we're going to continue the story for all intents and purposes with this Super Z or whatever, if we're going to pass the events of Z, then the tone of the show is going to have to change, because remember, Goku goes off with Oob after the end of Z, and it won't be the same where Goku's just palling around with his family and chilling back for that time period between the end of Majin Buu and, the end of Z as a whole. So there will be a change. I mean, I do believe he did have a couple lines before he left where Goku said, hey, I'll come back from time to time. So there's a possibility in between training with Oob, he'll go back, visit his family for a little bit, and then go back to training with Oob or something like that. So there's a possibility there. I mean, I hope, and maybe this is just me, I hope they completely retcon Dragon Ball GT, bring in the transformations of Super Saiyan 4 into this new story. But again, only time will tell. Either way, this is some sad news in a way. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.